In a recent conversation, one individual was accused of being a hypocrite for identifying as a libertarian while driving on public roads. This argument is often used to discredit classical liberalism and suggest that those who hold these views are simply trying to free ride off of others' tax dollars. However, this argument is flawed and can be countered with a simple question. If a slave eats the food provided by their master, does that mean they consent to slavery? Obviously, the answer is no. Even slave owners considered their slaves ungrateful if they tried to run away, despite providing them with food and shelter. The point being made is that just because someone is forced to operate within a system does not mean they endorse that system. While citizenship is not equivalent to slavery, the same principle applies. Doing what one must to survive within a system is not an endorsement of that system. Furthermore, the argument about public roads being paid for by tax dollars overlooks the fact that roads are not actually public goods. The state monopoly on road services, and the coercive financing of roads through taxes rather than user fees, is a much more relevant issue to classical liberals. In fact, voluntary road building and maintenance is not an option in the US, even though it is in other nations. The real core of the disagreement between classical liberals and collectivists is about the threat of coercion and the existence of an exit option. For a choice to be voluntary, there must be a minimally acceptable alternative. Without an alternative, the choice is not voluntary, and accepting the state's offer to use public roads does not imply endorsement of the monopoly provision of transportation infrastructure. Ultimately, the issue is about actual consent and the ability to make promises that one can be forced to keep. Having some means of enforcing contracts, even if it involves what looks like coercion, is actually a benefit to liberty. The problem arises when the state insists on controlling exclusive powers to provide such services, from enforcement of contracts to the building of roads. The existence of alternatives is key to voluntary choice, and accepting a state monopoly on road services does not make one a free rider. Subscribe Libertarian Facts.